Back to the channel, everybody. This is Lady Nita, and with the season 8 premiere of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Child, we're gonna go on and get this done real quick, fast in here, because it wasn't that much happening. I don't give a damn. But it started off with Kandi going to see Dr. Jackie. Kandi is 12 weeks pregnant. And child, we always know Kandi liked to eat, but child, like soon as she got the word that she was pregnant, that mama went to eat. Sugar mama got on the job, baby. And Dr. Jackie telling her she gotta take care of herself, and she gotta take it easy. And Kandi not really understanding why and shit. And I'm sitting here thinking, bitch, because you almost 40 years old. Yes, other women may go out and be able to do work while, extensive work while they pregnant, but that ain't your story, sugar mama, so going on. Next, we see Phaedra and Porsha, two of the two hoes I can't stand the most. And Porsha being messy right off the bat. She bringing up the situation where Peter was filmed touching a woman inappropriately. And they sitting there talking. It was a lot of shade thrown in the damn confessions about it and everything. But, it did look like Peter was cheating on her, and she had to talk about it. Then they started talking about this 24-year-old guy who's a football player that Porsha met on social media, IG, I do believe. And she claiming that although they ain't never slept together, he gonna be coming, they gonna meet up because she keeps a hotel in the city since they live an hour away, and they gonna meet up and have have some personal time together, child. I don't know what the fuck, because Porsha got to be the stupidest bitch in this world. First, you go from being a thought that always wants some money to now you a thought who taking on Kandi roll as sugar mama because you buying him shit. I guess she say she made her a couple of Dish Nation checks and got her peach back she can't afford to. And she's a goddamn lie when she say she ain't seen this nigga penis. Child, them folks, the way they was all over each other, look like she know the penis intimately, okay? But yeah, that was they shit, child. Whatever. Next we see Cynthia and Kenya, child. And Kenya done bought our house somewhere, and that she wants to go show it to Cynthia. Apparently she bought this house on foreclosure, and it's a fixer-upper. I don't have nothing negative to say about that because that was a smart move. If she making in enough coins, which I'm sure she is, she bought a house for a steal, and she can turn it into what the fuck she wanted to turn it into. But child, she say she lived 500 feet away from chateau she can't pay. Talking about goddamn Sheree, child. Sheree. I get life with Kenya and her reads at this point. Kenya really was the reason why this shit was interesting last night. Well, she told Cynthia that she lived so close to the girl that she might have to come over and borrow a cup of sugar or money for her light bill, and I screamed. Because she ain't lying. I laid out, baby. Now, Kenya's house is down in this gully area. Like I said, she got it at a steal. It was in foreclosure, and she got it for the low. So she said she gonna fix it up. And Cynthia was like, "Child, did Damien them live in there or something like that?" Cause it's not the best, but I can assure you, if she do what she's supposed to, she can turn it into what she needed to be, and I think that she will. And we were able to see old Chateau Sheree. It's almost done after 99.99 years of waiting, child. It might come out of Neverland. It might be on its way out of Chateau Neverland, child. Well, Phaedra was seen next, and she had been eating. We could tell she been eating during the hiatus because she a little plump thing too. She got a nice figure on her still, but she big. And she over there talking to her mama, the Mucinex lady. Y'all remember. And she's saying that her and Apollo talk, but he getting on her damn nerves, asking her for a divorce and all of that, But she's saying all that, but Tar say, because he was down there cleaning out they garage, and apparently some of Apollo stuff is being stored over there. And he said that Apollo say he barely see, much less talk to Phaedra or the boys. Todd don't really give two fucks about Phaedra, no way, because apparently when they was doing that fitness exercise bullshit ass tape, well, when all of this, controversy and stuff surrounded Apollo, they kind of abandoned the project, but they abandoned the project with Phaedra still owing him like $8,000. So he got, he not really feeling her. Plus, y'all know that Apollo and Todd were friends. Now, people say Kandi took sides because Kandi wasn't really... No, it wasn't that. Let me tell you something. Kandi know her friend was a fake-ass bitch. Kandi already knew that Phaedra was fraudulent as fuck and probably had a whole lot more to do with that shit dealing with Apollo than what we all, know about. And that's probably what led up to her kind of backing up from her. Plus, Kandi had her own shit going on. Well, apparently Kandi and Phaedra see each other from time to time and they act like it's all good, but they don't really communicate with each other. And that's probably for the best, because anybody that can get mad at you because you ain't dropping your life just to entertain their life, fuck that shit. Phone calls go two ways. If you ain't tried to call me, bitch, fuck you, I ain't calling you neither. And that's how they go. Well, child, next we see Peter and Cynthia. And she out there basking in the sun, getting her some sunlight, looking good, glistening and shit, proving that you can be 40 and fabulous, 40 plus and fabulous. And Peter come out there and child, she kind of pissed off with him. She pissed off with him about that video of him touching that woman. And she letting his ass know that. Now, in the past, we done seen Cynthia be like real dormant to him and submissive and let him kind of... She ain't feeling that way. She already done had to deal with hearing that he done had affairs on her before, but it was never no proof. Well, now that this video surfaced, she feeling some fucking kind of way, and she should, because it was inappropriate for him, being a married man, to have had his hands on that woman like he did in that video. Now, they wasn't all in all fucking, but it was a lot of inappropriate touching on his part, and he's the married man. If that woman is a side bitch, she don't give a fuck about Cynthia, but he's supposed to, and she let him know that. Well, Mallory come over there, honey, and her and Cynthia talking, and Cynthia says she kind of getting tired of Peter and shit, and I can kind of understand it. Hell, I don't know what Peter got going on, but every time I turn around, only thing I've heard successfully about Peter is the fact that the sports one in North Carolina does pretty well. But he always opening up places, wasting her money and things of that nature. I don't know. But I know she tired of him at this point. And Mallory misses fuck. She started asking the woman questions and shit like, are you still attracted to him? She said, yeah. She said, are you attracted to him when he ain't got no clothes on? No. Well, we all know Peter ain't no Boris Kojo. What the fuck? And he getting older. But they married. I think what's got her so upset is the fact that she feeling some kind of way about that video. And I would have felt some kind of way about that too. Bitch, the spotlight already on us. Why would you go out here and do some stupid shit like that knowing a bitch can't wait to catch you on camera and you done put me out here like this here? Well, Cynthia got an event, an eyewear line that's coming up, and she having a lunch party, child. And didn't nothing else happen that I give a fuck about, so let's go to the lunch party, child. First, we see Marlo, and y'all know Marlo always was sharp. I don't know what Marlo does. I don't give a fuck. Whatever she doing, it keeps her looking like a bad bitch. And she gets there, she greets everybody except for Kandi. She kind of ignored Kandi a little bit. And when she did speak to Kandi, Kandi knew she had been shaded. She gave her a little whatever. And Kandi looked like she could... Child, you know what? As much money as Kandi got, you mean tell me Kandi can't look no damn better than that? Now, I know you pregnant, bitch. I know. But god damn. Kandi looks like she came straight out of Rainbows or some shit like that, or It's Fashion. Girl, get your fucking pregnancy gear up, because that shit look bad. Phaedra came now. I told y'all she a little plumper now, but she looked all right with her little capri set, whatever the fuck that was on. Kenya, She looked beautiful. She overdid it with that gown. I mean, you know, I feel like if you was going on stage or some shit like that, you probably could have had some long flowing gown like that before an event. That was I think she overdressed for it, but she still was beautiful, girl. She was still beautiful. Well, Kenya comes in there and immediately she gets into fucking Peter, who arrives drunk and semi-sweating. She asked him why he was late, child. This thing, I know they fuck around and start getting into it. You know, Kenya still feeling some kind of way about how Peter and them treated her when it was the Apollo situation. And now with this video surfacing, she teamed Cynthia, so they had a couple words. But, you know, Peter don't give a fuck. He look like he's straight off I kick a bitch ass boulevard. So, you know, Kenya, girl, be quiet, girl. Because you might fuck around and get some of that Jamaican ass whooping. And I don't think you're ready, honey. But yeah, he let her ass have it for a minute. And then what else happened? Then Sheree arrives and child fucking Phaedra said, look what the cat done brought in. Child, it was a lot of shading on this episode, so it's gonna be an interesting season to see. But what I would say is I like you, Kenya, but stay out of married people business. I know that it don't look good what he did, but you ain't no Cape Crusader for her. And it was a while before Cynthia became Teen Pretty. So stay out of married people business, girl. You know I like you, but I call these seasons, these episodes like I said. And I think you need to stay out of married people business. Let Cynthia deal with that. She been dealing with it. Well, when Sheree got there, her and Kenya don't really know each other, but Kenya said Chateau she can't pay. She started telling her that the neighbors are complaining about her unfinished place. That she and Sheree basically told her, you need to get out of my business. Well, Kenya says she not in her business, but the city is. Child. So she started talking about Kenya place, saying it's down there and it look gully. She hopes she can swim, and don't the place have mold? Child, it was just a whole lot of T-clock right then, you know. And Kandi was, you know, I told y'all Kandi was looking crazy and shit because she pregnant, and I don't know why they got her looking like that. Well, they all decide to huddle up and be talking and shit, and Mallory decides to tell them about what Cynthia said about she not physically attracted to Peter, and I thought that wasn't right. I mean, you know, if I tell my sister something, I don't expect her to go tell a bunch of bitches whether we cool or not. Don't go run tell them hoes that, so they might come back to hunt her as the season progresses on. But baby, the best dressed of the night was Miss Cynthia. Baby, yeah, she came through at her event looking gooder than a motherfucker. Peter sitting up there looking like, no, this bitch ain't sitting up here. She ain't throwing that ass in a circle for me, but this bitch come down here looking like she, you know, well, she wasn't looking like a supermodel because the bitch is. Well, she was looking good. And he looked like he was somewhat jealous of that shit. And she goes up to Sheree and Kenya. She hit him throwing shade, you know. Ask them, do they know each other and shit. And Kenya say they met one time with Lawrence and all that shit. But see, Kenya was still not giving two fucks about letting Sheree ass have it about that damn Never Land that look like it might come to fruition after she get through getting her season 8 checks and shit, okay? And child, next thing I know, they continue to argue a bunch of motherfucking bullshit. Kenya called her a bitch, and then that's when Sheree got ready to do her. Because we all know Sheree don't mind fighting. She ain't the bitch to just argue. She will argue and fight. Do y'all remember when she pulled Kim Zolciak wig? Okay, remember that, child? So she don't mind. But it went off with her getting ready to throw that glass at that girl or whatever. And shit, that's all I remember. I said shit this morning, y'all. But it's going to be an interesting episode, and I'm sure as they give me more, I'll give you more. But that's basically all really that happened. We ain't see nothing major. We now know that Peter and Cynthia having problems. She feeling some kind of way behind the allegations of him cheating, which there's always been allegations that he's been cheating on her. But I guess proof is in the pudding now, so they kind of make her feel some kind of way. Phaedra, she claiming like, you know, life is good for her. She still talking to Apollo. He saying she ain't. We don't know who telling the truth, because with two fake fraudulent bitches, you never know who gonna be really telling the truth. Kenyon about her foreclosed home that she's working on trying to get renovated and get it straight, which I'm sure she will. Chateau Charade is almost complete, so it won't be in Never Never Land much longer. Porsha still a thought, and now she fucking a young dude, which by now we know that she don't even date him no damn more. Kandi and Todd having a fucking baby. Riley still grown and trying to get her mama grown folks advice when she ain't nothing but a teenager her damn self. Marlo is back on the show for a few episodes. Sheree got her damn ass back down there on the episode. That's it, shit. That's all the fuck I feel like talking about. So in the meantime, in between time, please like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys back down here tomorrow for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood and vlog number 10 of Nonstop November. Peace.